To fall, but you may be seeing some plants hanging on to their green leaves. While they may look nice, some of those plants do more harm than good. Meteorologist Garrett Hamilton explains how to spot Mother Nature's invaders.
But at this time of year, as we're getting that late fall, early winter period, the easiest identifying characteristic is they're still green.
Most plants are now dormant, providing landowners with a unique opportunity to spot Mother Nature's aggressive invaders.
They're highly adaptive to a number of environments, whether it be a moisture environment, an urban environment.
Invasive species can grow well into the late fall and early winter, and one of the most widespread species is winter creeper. It's an extremely aggressive perennial characterized by a vine. As the plant rapidly grows, it becomes intertwined with trees, logs, and rocks, and thrives because of its adaptability to environments full of sun and shade.
And this is autumn olive, an incredibly common invasive species in the Ozarks. Right now, it is relatively small, but unchecked, it can reach heights of up to 20 feet. It's characterized by yellow flowers in the spring, and then those yellow flowers transition to red fruit during the late spring and early summer.
The berries on autumn olive can be a food source for birds. However, when you counter that with the problems it's causing for the environment, I wouldn't plant autumn olive for the birds.
The problem? It's notoriously bad for the nitrogen cycle in Missouri soil, hurting native plants that thrive on less rich soil. And another creating headaches? Bush honeysuckle. It can spread rapidly, undertaking the whole forest floor quickly, which stunts native plants.
What that does is chokes out the native plants, and it's choking out these native plants that our native insects, that our native wildlife needs as part of their habitat.
Skaliski recommends landowners remove it as soon as possible.
You'll want to avoid using chemicals because they can adversely impact the native plant species in the Ozarks. In Springfield, I'm meteorologist Garrett Hamilton, KY3 News.